Hello retro fans, welcome along to another one of my vids and my second pickups video, which last time I forgot half of my pickups actually. When I finished recording it I looked around and kept on seeing stuff, so I won't worry about that now because I don't need to pass them over because I've got absolutely tons of December pickups. I went a bit crazy. I've also got some Christmas presents in there which I did really well on. So yeah, you might want a cup of tea for this one because it's going to be quite a long one, I think. I'll try not to talk too much about each game, just to sort of move through them a little bit. So yeah, cup of tea, good idea. Anyway, I'll start more or less in order. That's one of my first of the pickups, which is Ranarama. Quite a lot of people know this. It's one of those games I'm not actually sure if I had this back in the day, if I've even played it. It looks familiar, but I don't know if anybody else is like that. You see these things and you really can't think if you played it or not. But this was a... Where did I get this from? Can't remember actually. I think I got it from Retro Games. I ordered it early in the month, but it was for somebody to give me as part of their present. So it's been sort of waiting around there. The second one, this is a recent purchase actually, which is a really, really good game, and that is Buggy Boy on the ZX Spectrum. I know a lot of people didn't like the graphics on this one on the Specky. Those screenshots, of course, aren't Spectrum. But I really, really loved this one back in the day, and I do remember thinking, naively, I thought that the graphics were just like Commodore 64, because it was quite a nice, colourful buggy, and I liked the large size of the buggy. I think it was kind of more like the arcade game than some of the other versions where the buggy was smaller. But yeah, really cool game, so I'm looking forward to playing that. So that's Buggy Boy. Another one, which I don't usually double up on games, but if you know me, you know I love my top-down racers, and it's not something you see very often. I've already got Championship Sprint in a compilation, it's got Super Hang-On and something else in there. But yeah, what a nice sexy box that is. So I couldn't resist it. So yeah, I've already got Championship Sprint, but I thought I'd have it again just because it's a classic. And like I say, you don't see that come up very often. This one, I don't think I've ever seen it, but I've got a feeling where I used to buy my my games when I was a kid, a lot of them was in a video library, for those that remember those. And it was across the road from my house. And I remember it used to annoy me that it only seemed to be me and my best mate that bought most of their games. They'd have been one of those typical sort of wire racks, and there'd be games there sometimes which I didn't really want, but you'd kind of need them to be gone before they would buy new ones. And I'm pretty sure this one was sat in there for months on end. I never bought it. I just didn't like the looks of it. It didn't tell me enough information, and of course you didn't have the internet to look these things up. But I saw it for sale recently, and I got kind of curious just to sort of see what the game was after all this time. And it looked quite quirky actually, so I might do a video on it at some point. And it's Stiff Lip and Co. Really weird looking game. I've got a little bit of an idea, but not much idea how it all works. The videos I watched didn't really explain too much, so I'll give that one a go anyway. Nice weird sized box as well, as is the next one, which I got both of these from Sinclair for sale. Oh god, one of my dogs is barking now. Yeah. Right, the other one's asleep just down here. Anyway, this one is Fury, which is quite a cool little thing. It's like a horizontal sort of racing. I think it was like a combat sim, sort of combat racer. But the screenshots don't tell you too much. But I think this was quite a cool game. I did, and again, it wasn't one I owned, but I did play it at some point, so one of my friends must have had it. But yeah, look at the size of that box. It's quite unusual for Specky games, this size boxes. So yeah, you don't see that for sale very often, so I was quite happy to find that. Anyway, next we'll move on, continuing on with ZX Spectrum, but these are all homebrew coming up, so just bear with me. Nice cup of tea there. Right, first one is my first game I've bought from Chronosoft, which I will be buying more from them. They seem a pretty good company. And that is Quadron. Which is that? really cool looking game. Well, not only cool looking game, cool playing game. I have actually been playing quite a bit of this, so I will do a video at some point. This is actually a game, I think it was developed in like 1983 or something like that. You'll see it's got the information on the Chronosoft website. But yeah, maybe it was never released, and then I don't know if somebody finally sort of finished it off or just released it in the last sort of few years. But really cool game, and I chose to get you can get either the single cassette, I think that's about £7, or the double one, which is £10. But it's nice because it comes with this little mini CD-ROM, which also has a digital version of the game, and I'm not sure what they are, probably a couple of little cards or stickers or something, but the cassette is really cool. Hopefully it'll focus in on that. Sorry, I'm probably not holding it in the right place, but yeah, it's got like this sort of glitter effect going on, which, yeah, really nice. I like little nice touches like that, so that's a good one. And then there's one here which I bought from Spain. It was a Spanish arcade game, never seen it before, but somebody on I think it was on World of Spectrum, they mentioned it. They developed it for the ZX Spectrum and it never had a Speccy release, and that is Botanic, which I will do a video of this one at some point. It's kind of, again, one of those slightly Pac-Man type games. It may have a similarity with something else as well. The guy that developed it is called Bubba. That took a while to come. It took about 3 weeks to arrive from Spain, but looks a good one. So yeah, you're basically a caterpillar, and you've got to eat the plants, and you've got insects sort of coming around trying to get you. But it looks really cool. So yeah, watch out for that. And these are all from, for those who don't know it, you're going to love the name of this company. Although they seem to have disappeared since I bought these games, which I've been meaning to buy for ages. The actual company seems to have vanished, which is Bum Fun Software. Yeah, not something you'd want to be shouting from the hilltops. First one is, these are all homebrew, modern games. Pretty incredible. Old Tower. I've seen some videos of this and it looks absolutely incredible. It looks way more, the screenshots you can't really see there, but it looks much more like a sort of indie game on a modern console. You can imagine it on the Nintendo Switch or something. So that would be really cool. I will do a video of that at some point. Monty Mole and the Temple of Lost Souls. This also looks really cool. And so it's a sort of continuation of Monty Mole, and I always loved Monty Mole games, so that'd be a good one. These all come on these nice green cassettes, by the way, all these from Bum Fun Software. Really nice. I like the looks of those. I know some of their limited ones came on different colour cassettes, but I didn't get any limited releases, so I got that. The reason I waited so long to order from this company is that they come from Spain again, so the shipping was a bit expensive, so I waited. I got them for Christmas, basically, so yeah, my wife gave me these. And this one is Dead Flesh Boy, which for anybody that likes Super Meat Boy, and anybody that knows me will know I loved it. I used to play that all the time on the Xbox. This is basically a version of Super Meat Boy on the ZX Spectrum, which is pretty incredible that they managed to do something like that. It does look pretty playable too, so I'm looking forward to that, and I will do a video of it. Next one is Target Renegade, which is, I haven't actually rebought Target Renegade yet, but this is basically a kind of a remake of Target Renegade, I think. Looks very, very similar. I think the levels are a little bit different, and they maybe use a little bit more colour on some of the backgrounds, but yeah, I thought, why not? It was one of the cheaper ones that they had. That was £8 instead of 12, I think, for most of them. Then we've got this one. I don't remember what this game. Tourmaline, which is kind of a cross between Repton and Boulder Dash, but it looks absolutely amazing. I've not actually seen gameplay. I've only seen screenshots of it, but it looked really good. And I used to love Boulder Dash and Repton, so I haven't bought any new versions of that in a long time. So I've got that one. And the last one, which is the one I'm most excited about, I can't wait for this, and that is Mr. Kung Fu. And we got screwed over on the version of Kung Fu we had for the ZX Spectrum back in the day. But this makes up for that. It looks really, really good. Definitely, this will probably be one of the first ones I'll be doing a video of. Yeah, really good. Yeah, anyway, moving on. I've got one Amiga game. I don't buy many of these. Although I've still got my original Amiga. I I don't know. I'm always more drawn to Speccy and TI-99 for some reason. I think I've still got a lot of the games, which are the sort of main ones I wanted. And I don't know, it's a bit temperamental as well on discs. I bought a couple of discs. I bought Turrican for it, which just won't load. And the disc media seems a bit more temperamental. So I might, rather than buying games for that, I might see if I can find some sort of memory card solution or something. But anyway, this one I did buy. I was going to buy it on Spectrum, but it's a lot cheaper on the Amiga. And that is Space Crusade, which is really cool. If you like a sort of XCOM type games, as I do, then this is a really good one. And it was quite cheap on the Amiga. The Spectrum itself is for about 20 quid, which is quite impressive that they got it on there. So anyway, that's my Amiga game. And the next ones are all from a little shop local to me, which is called MT Games. Really good little shop for retro stuff. They sell a lot of Sega Mega Drive and Master System, Dreamcast, loads of sort of Xbox games and PlayStation 2. But I'm not that bothered about those, but they do have PlayStation 1 games. They have quite a few SNES cart only. So yeah, first game I bought in there was this old classic, V-Rally, which myself and my best mate, we used to absolutely love this. We played it so much, really got hooked to it in split screen. It played really well. It's a lot harder now to play. It seems a lot more unforgiving, but still cool. And the condition of this is just perfect. I mean, £5, you've got the manual there, which barely looks like it's been opened. So that was a good purchase. I was happy with that. And at the same time, I also got V-Rally 2, which it did improve on the first one. I don't remember this one quite as well, and I haven't replayed it yet. I played the first one quite a bit, just for the sort of nostalgia. But yeah, the second one was good as well. We didn't play it as much as the first one, I don't think, but yeah, I got that one. And then I went back in, and of course, got Colin McRae Rally. And all of these three, £5 each, and they're absolutely pristine. It's rare you see PlayStation games that nice and minty. It's got everything in there, even a little booklet. Game's actually in my PlayStation at the moment with that one. So yeah, they were the ones, and the other two I got from there a bit later, which are in quite bad condition, but the price, you really can't sniff at it. And I got Worms, which was always my favourite version of Worms. I always liked the first PlayStation version the best. And yeah, £2. I mean, the manual is a bit crumply, and it's you can see tea stains in there, but again, £2. You can't go wrong, can you? And the last one I got from MT Games was Worms Pinball. Again, it's sort of the version of the Platinum release. What do they call these? Value series. But yeah, it was a good game. £3. Can't really complain. So I've got that. And then after that, what have I missed? Here we go. A bit of TI-99 action. And these are both Christmas presents. I chose them. I've actually wanted to buy these for ages from Retro Games. I've had my eye on them. But I thought I'd wait, just because they're a bit pricey. Not too bad, but they were a bit pricey. This one's actually good value, which is Picnic Paranoia. It was never well, when I say it was never a popular game, I've only discovered in recent years it's not popular. But I actually really, really loved this game. I remember my dad used to say it was rubbish, but I really loved it. But it's a bit squashed, as you can see, but it's still sealed, which is quite cool. So it's all still shrink wrapped. I'm going to open it. I don't think it's anything valuable really as a game, and I don't have it in my collection, so that one I am going to open it up. And I might even do a video where I open it and play it, just for fun. And then the last of the games is this one, which I do actually have this already. I've done a video of it, and that's Defender on a TI-99. This is also from Retro Games. I had my eye on this again for a long time, but I didn't want to sort of splash out and get it. But somebody asked me what I wanted for a present. It was the right amount, so I thought, well, why not? But where it was described as mint, it's actually still sealed as well, which I didn't realise. So my plan was to sell my original cart and replace it with this, but just because this is still sealed and in such perfect condition, and one of my favourite games on the system, 1983 this was released. I think I'm actually going to keep my old cart to play, and just keep that sealed. Not something I normally do. I'm not a proper collector. I only collect things I want to play, basically. I don't bother sort of collecting things to store them away, but that I think I will, just because that's kind of special. So yeah, I'm going to open Picnic Paranoia, but Defender, I'm going to keep it sealed. And then lastly, my retro purchases are actually VHSs, which, because I got my VHS TV recently, I went into a charity shop and they had these at 50p each. So I thought, yeah, why not? First one is Uncle Buck, good old comedy. I had that in the background a couple of days ago, actually, while I was milling around putting stuff up on the walls and that. Second one is the classic Only Fools and Horses Series 1. Again, 50p. I mean, can't go wrong there, can you? Nice condition as well, so pretty chuffed for that. Similarly, I also got Series 2, 50p again. Nice collector's set. So, yeah. I like that type of thing because I can have them in the background when I'm in here, which is quite nice. I love Only Fools and Horses. And they also had Series 3. So I've got all of those. So yeah, there we go. Oh, 50p each. I mean, brilliant. So yeah, that brings me to the end of most of the stuff. Don't think I've missed anything this time, but I will just show you a couple of other bits that I've got, which are now fitted up on the wall. And that's these plaques here, which are really cool. These are actually made of metal. And I got them on eBay. Well, I got them, my wife did. I chose them and she got me them for Christmas. So I love the Dural games. They hold a special place for me. One, the games were brilliant. Scuba Dive was actually the first game I played on the Spectrum, which is that one. And also they're a local company to me. They do still exist, actually, Dural Software. And they were up until lockdown. They were in the same building as where they developed all these. So I do walk past that building every day. Unfortunately, since lockdown, they all work from home, so they're not in there anymore. And then lastly, here's this one. I've seen this in the background of other people's videos, and my wife actually picked that herself and surprised me with it. So yeah, that's really cool. Very happy with that. So there we go, my Pac-Man lights. I've got sort of various modes in here. I expect a lot of people have seen them. Yeah, quite cool. So anyway, there we go. What are we? Oh, 17 minutes, yeah. Did go on a bit. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks again for everyone that subscribes. I've got a few new people joined in, and some of my old buddies from my old Xbox 360 days, the old Gears of War clan. They've recently subbed, so it's really cool. So yeah, if you're still watching this, guys, thanks a lot for joining me, and the nice compliments really does mean a lot. And yeah, I think I'll finish it there. So yeah, just thanks again to everyone, and got a few more ideas for videos. I'll probably do maybe a top 10 of my my pickups for the year, because obviously this is only my second pickups video, so all the other stuff I had before I haven't done any videos on. So yeah, I thought I might decide which were my 10 best of the year and do a little video on that, and loads of gameplay videos to come, both homebrew and old stuff. So yeah, thanks a lot again. If you can give it a thumbs up, that'd be brilliant. I do like to receive those, and any comments are always welcome. I do respond to all my comments, so yeah, like those. Take care.